Hi, this is Jeremy Nett from Permanett Acres, and today I'm going to talk about Saber fonts. So I got my Empress hilt right here with the Golden Harvest version 3 in it, and I have just added another sound font to it. Now it's a Kylo Ren font that is set up for Profi board. So in it, I just had to change all the sound file titles and set it up with Golden Harvest or SaberTech smooth swing font settings on it. So let's see. Turn this off quick.
The classic villain.
So I got 14 sound fonts on here now. Alright, so I got the Kylo Ren set up right here. One second, move the chair out of the way. So lock up. Let's go through here and check what the force effect sounds are.
I can show you the ways of the Force! That lightsaber, it belongs to me. No, they're still holding on! Let go!
So, do it like this. So, setting up a different soundboard than what you bought the sound font for is relatively simple. With the SaberTech setups on there, it's really easy because they got their own setups on their SD cards. So when I bought my Golden Harvest card, version 2, version 3, I saved the data onto an external hard drive, so that way if I ever had an SD card that went where the data got corrupted, I could copy everything back. I've done that the same with Profi board settings. So that Kylo Ren sound font was set up for Profi board, so I had to take the Profi OS off of there and then change the titles, like changing it from Blaster 01 to Blast 1 and Blast 2, Blast 3, rather than swing low, swing high. I had to change it to L swing, H swing. And same thing with swing, rather than swing 01, it was swing 1, or it's all different. So once you got everything titled based on how the operating software is set up on each one of the cards, like I've worked with Golden Harvest quite a bit, so I'm kind of used to the different titlings and everything. But with the Golden Harvest, it's pretty easy. You have a sound font folder, and it goes from 1 to 13, and then I put font number 14 on there. So it's like, boom, 14, and you can keep on going down the line. So if you go out there on soundfont.com and buy several sound fonts, you download those onto your computer and set them up on a file. I download them to an external hard drive, that way I have them on hand, and then I change them based on whatever board I got. So if it's a Profi board and it's a Profi font, then I just copy it onto my soundboard, my SD card for the Profi, and then just make sure all my settings are correct for that board. And the same thing goes if you got a Golden Harvest version 3, you just have to change the titles and make sure it's the right file type. And same thing goes for Crystal Focus, Nano Biscotti, all Plector Lab style boards, or Sabertech, or it just depends on what you're doing. Once you get used to it, it's not very hard. It just takes a while to get used to it because you got to get used to the program setting lingo for each soundboard. So if you got a Profi, you got to make sure everything's written in the proper lingo for a Profi board. Golden Harvest, got to be that way. And Nano Biscotti, Crystal Focus, you just have to make sure that the lingo is correct. The same thing goes for the Verso card. The first thing you do whenever you get a soundboard that has an SD card, make sure you take all the files that are on that SD card and copy them onto your hard drive or external hard drive. Always have a backup. Always have a backup. I got 2 external hard drives. I got my Profi settings saved on both external hard drives. I have my Golden Harvest settings saved on both external hard drives, and the same thing goes for Verso, and so on. This way, if I'm dealing with any one of those soundboards and my SD card goes to junk, boom, I can plug it into my computer, pew, and have everything set up in there. And the same thing goes with the sound fonts. If I'm working with a specific lightsaber and I want to have specific sound fonts on it, I got it set up where the lingo is set up for Golden Harvest, for Profi, and I just have copies on there. So it'd be like Kylo Ren, and then have a Kylo Ren sound font folder, Ben Solo, that kind of stuff. And then you have Kylo Ren Profi, Kylo Ren Verso, Kylo Ren Golden Harvest version 3, Kylo Ren Crystal Focus. Right now, with the way Smooth Swing is operating right now, the soundboards I really would focus on if you're doing installs for NeoPixel and such. The best soundboards for running multiple colors, multiple sound fonts, your best boards you're going to find out there to do that I have worked with is going to be a Crystal Focus, Profi board, and a Golden Harvest version 3. All 3 of them are relatively easy to work with. Wiring is pretty easy between all of them. If you don't like the sound fonts that you have on your board, you have a Golden Harvest version 3, or you got a Profi board, or if you have a Crystal Focus, soundfont.com is a real easy place to find one, and they got sound fonts for about anything you would want on there. There's all kinds of crazy stuff out there. It just depends on how much imagination a font designer has and how much time they want to spend. Depends on how intricate each sound font is, but they're generally anywhere from about $7 up to about $14. Most of the time they're around $12 if you're looking for sound fonts. There's some fonts like you find from Genesis Custom Sabers, a lot of them are around $8. And some of the other font designers are more towards 12, 14, and some around 7, some are cheaper. But it just depends on the sound fonts you like. If you're looking for sound fonts, don't be afraid to work with it. Just make sure whenever you get the sound font, save it on your hard drive or external hard drive. Make sure you have a copy of every sound font that you have, and then make sure you title it based on what kind of board it's set up for. And then you can make copies of that font and set it up for whatever board you're going to be working with in the future. Thanks for watching the video. Later.
watching this video. If you liked this video, then please press the like button.
And if you like what you've been watching, please hit the subscribe button.
To see our latest video, click on the link to the right.
Thank you again. Later.